Title: Travis Kelce screams in rage after Taylor Swift makes unbelievable claim about their relationship, asterisk. The spotlight on the NFL had never been as hot as it was now, and Travis Kelce was feeling the burn. The Kansas City Chiefs tight end was already a media magnet, but his newfound romance with pop superstar Taylor Swift had catapulted him into a whole new stratosphere of fame. Every moment, every whisper, every glance between them was scrutinized by fans and tabloids alike. But what happened on the night of the latest interview was something no one saw coming. It started as an innocent chat on a late-night talk show. Taylor had been her usual charming self, her laughter filling the air as she talked about her music, her upcoming tour, and her highly publicized relationship with Travis. But as the conversation took a turn toward the personal, everything changed. "Well," Taylor said, leaning in with a mischievous grin, "you know, Travis isn't exactly the romantic type. I mean, he's all tough guy on the field, but he's actually more of a, I guess you could say, a stalker, when it comes to me." The audience laughed, thinking it was a harmless joke, but Travis's face immediately dropped. His mind went into overdrive. "Did she just?" Travis muttered to himself, his blood pressure rising. On the screen, Taylor continued, oblivious to the storm brewing just beyond the lens. "Yeah, he's always showing up unannounced, sending me texts at 2 a.m. about how much he misses me. It's sweet. But let's just say, if you're a fan of personal space, you might want to reconsider dating someone like Travis." The comment wasn't just a harmless quip, it was an arrow straight to Travis's ego. And he wasn't the type of man who let insults slide. The moment Taylor's words aired, Travis slammed his fist on the kitchen table in his apartment, causing the glass of water in front of him to ripple violently. His mind raced, replaying every moment of their relationship. Sure, he might have shown up at her house unannounced a few times, but never in a way that would qualify as stalking. "Stalker?" he muttered under his breath, his knuckles white as he gripped the edge of the table. His rage was simmering, but the last thing he wanted was to let the public see him lose control. But the more he thought about it, the more he stewed. Why would she say that? Asterisk. His phone buzzed. It was a text from Taylor. "Hey, I hope you're not mad. I was just trying to make it funny. You know, it's just jokes." The text only fueled his fury. Travis immediately typed back, his fingers flying over the screen. "That wasn't funny, Tay. You've got a lot of people believing I'm some kind of freak. I thought we were on the same page." He hit send, barely giving the message a second glance before storming out of his apartment. Meanwhile, Taylor was watching the interview herself, waiting for Travis's call. She saw the text, and a look of concern flashed across her face. But she couldn't take it back now. The interview was live, and the whole world had heard her words. Back in Kansas City, Travis wasn't just upset, he was in full rage mode. He paced around his car, fists clenched, his thoughts too loud to ignore. He could already hear the jokes, the headlines, the memes that were bound to circulate. "Travis Kelce, the NFL's most eligible stalker?" he muttered angrily to himself. He couldn't stand it. He wasn't a joke, and certainly not the punchline to her little narrative. He pulled out his phone again, staring at Taylor's text. The next few words he typed were the hardest. "I'm done with this, Taylor. I can't keep letting you joke about me like this. It's not funny anymore." He hit send and, without hesitation, slammed his phone down onto the passenger seat of his truck. Taylor was left to stare at her screen, her heart sinking. She had pushed too far. The man who she once saw as a charming, funny, and strong guy was now upset with her. This wasn't the version of Travis she had grown to like. But it was too late. The tension in their relationship, once lighthearted and playful, was now palpable. Both of them knew things would never be the same. The next day, as rumors swirled online, Travis was on the field for a game, his focus elsewhere. The touchdown celebrations, the cheers from the crowd, none of it mattered. His mind was on Taylor, wondering if she truly understood how her words had affected him. Backstage, Taylor sat in her dressing room, pacing. She had never meant to hurt him, but the damage was done. The world would watch now, waiting for the next twist in this high-profile romance. Title: The Heartbreak Scandal. Taylor Swift's Unbelievable Claim, asterisk. It was a cool fall evening. The Kansas City Chiefs had just wrapped up another victory, and Travis Kelce was heading home after a long day. He had been on cloud nine ever since the rumors of his relationship with pop sensation Taylor Swift had gone public. Their on-again, off-again romance had been the talk of the town, with paparazzi stalking their every move and fans eagerly awaiting the next chapter. But nothing could prepare him for what came next. The next day, Taylor Swift dropped a bombshell during an interview with a major media outlet. Sitting across from a glowing host, she casually dropped a statement that would shake the entire sports world. "I've always believed in love at first sight. And when I met Travis, it felt like fate. But I'm starting to think that maybe he was never really into me in the first place. It's almost like he's been playing a game with me, manipulating the media to create a storyline for himself," Taylor said, her voice sweet yet laced with a sting of frustration. The words echoed in Travis's mind like a thunderclap, each syllable cutting deeper than the last. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. The idea that Taylor, the woman he had shared intimate moments with, now questioned his feelings in front of the world was beyond infuriating. The room felt like it was closing in on him as he read the headline on his phone. Taylor Swift claims Travis Kelce was never really into her. A surge of heat flooded his face, his hands shaking with anger. How could she accuse him of playing games? How could she throw their entire relationship under the bus so publicly? Travis had always been a private person, especially about matters of the heart, but now the media frenzy was impossible to avoid. His phone rang incessantly, texts flooding in from friends, family, and teammates. But one call stood out. His brother, Jason Kelce, the seasoned NFL veteran, calling with a concerned tone. "Bro, I saw the interview. You good?" Jason asked. "Good? I'm ing livid." Travis snapped, pacing back and forth in his living room. How could she say that? After everything we've been through, she just turns on me like this? Jason took a deep breath on the other end. "I get it, but maybe there's more to the story. You gotta keep your cool, man. Don't let the media get to you." But Travis was beyond reasoning. His emotions were spiraling. He had given so much of himself to Taylor, both in private and in public, and for her to claim he was using her for fame. Well, it was an accusation he couldn't just ignore. Later that evening, Travis stood before the cameras, his jaw clenched, his eyes burning with determination. He'd been silent until now, but no longer. In a press conference filled with reporters hungry for the truth, Travis took the mic. "I don't know what Taylor's trying to do here, but let me make one thing crystal clear. I've never played games with anyone in my life," Travis said, his voice unwavering. "The love I felt for her, the time we spent together, was real. If she wants to make things public, fine. But she can't go around making these unbelievable claims about me." The words hung in the air, an electrifying tension filling the room. Travis had never been one to shy away from speaking his mind, but tonight, the anger was palpable, raw. He was done being painted as the villain in someone else's narrative. Backstage, the phone calls continued. Taylor was preparing her own statement, trying to spin the narrative back in her favor, but the damage was done. The public was torn. Some rallied behind Travis, calling him the victim of a misguided publicity stunt, while others sided with Taylor, believing she had been misled by a man who was only in it for the fame. As the days passed, both stars tried to salvage their images, but the damage to their relationship was irreversible. Travis and Taylor's public romance had been built on the foundation of mutual admiration, but now, that foundation was crumbling under the weight of accusations and misunderstandings. And though they may never speak again, the world would never forget the scandal that nearly destroyed their love story. In the end, both Travis and Taylor learned the hardest lesson of all. When you play in the public eye, sometimes the consequences of your actions can't be erased, no matter how much you scream with rage. Title: The Untold Truth. Travis Kelce screams with rage after Taylor Swift's unbelievable claim, asterisk. It was a crisp autumn evening in Kansas City, and Travis Kelce was winding down after a hard-fought victory with the Chiefs. The stadium lights still flickered in the background as he stepped off the field, heading for the locker room, his mind already on the evening's plans. He had been dating Taylor Swift for a few months now, and despite the public attention, their relationship had been surprisingly low-key. At least, that's what Travis thought. They kept it simple. Dinners, quiet walks in the park, and moments of connection away from the cameras. But that night, everything changed. As Travis scrolled through his phone, He saw a notification from Taylor's Instagram account, and his stomach twisted. The headline read, Asterisk. Taylor Swift reveals shocking truth about her relationship with Travis Kelce. Find out what she said, asterisk. With a furrowed brow, Travis clicked the link, expecting some innocent remark. But what he read was far from innocent. Taylor had made a bombshell statement during a backstage interview after her concert in Los Angeles. Asterisk. I think Travis and I are just playing the public game. Honestly, we both have a secret goal in mind. He's been using me to boost his brand, and I'm using him for exposure to get more attention for my music. It's a mutually beneficial agreement, asterisk. Travis's heart raced as his blood boiled. What the hell? The words felt like a slap in the face. He knew that their relationship had been under intense scrutiny, but he never imagined Taylor would make such a claim. The idea that she would reduce everything they had to a mere business arrangement was incomprehensible to him. He slammed his phone down on the locker room bench, making the other players glance up in concern. His face was red with fury, and his fists clenched as he tried to control the surge of anger threatening to boil over. This is insane, Travis muttered to himself, pacing back and forth. Asterisk. What the hell is she thinking? Asterisk. The more he thought about it, the more it stung. He had been nothing but genuine with her, always trying to be there for her through the whirlwind of her busy life. Yet now, she was painting their relationship as some sort of publicity stunt. It felt like a betrayal, one that cut deeper than he could have imagined. In a fit of rage, Travis stormed out of the locker room, barely noticing his teammates calling after him. His mind was racing. He couldn't believe Taylor would say something like that, especially after all the quiet moments they shared. He was convinced this was the end of their relationship, but there was still a nagging part of him that needed answers. Without wasting another second, he dialed her number. He needed to hear it from her directly. The phone rang twice before Taylor picked up. Travis? Her voice was calm, almost too calm. Taylor, what the hell is this? Travis's voice cracked with emotion. You think I'm using you? That's how you see this relationship. There was a long silence on the other end of the line, and Travis could hear the faint rustling of her tour bus in the background. Finally, she spoke. Travis, I didn't mean it like that. It was taken out of context. You know how the media twists things. I was just trying to make a joke, and it got blown way out of proportion. Please, believe me. But Travis wasn't buying it. A joke? You seriously think I'm gonna let that slide? After everything we've been through? I'm not some stepping stone for your career, Taylor. I'm a real person with real feelings, and that was just disrespectful. There was a pause, and then Taylor's voice softened. I'm sorry, Travis. I didn't mean to hurt you. I should have been more careful with my words. But the damage had been done. Travis could feel the trust he had built with her slipping away with each passing second. His heart ached as he thought about how it had all gone wrong. I need some space, he said, his voice thick with emotion. I can't do this right now. Without waiting for a response, he hung up, tossing his phone aside. His breath came in ragged gasps, his anger still simmering under the surface. As much as he wanted to believe that Taylor was just caught up in the chaos of her life and the media frenzy, he couldn't shake the feeling that something had shifted between them, something that might never be repaired. As he stared out the window of his apartment, the lights of Kansas City flickering in the distance, Travis couldn't help but wonder if their relationship was truly over, or if this was just the beginning of something far more complicated than he could have ever imagined. And deep down, he knew that whatever happened next, he would never look at Taylor Swift in the same way again.